So I've got this pile of metal and I've got a truck that needs a bumper. Let's see what we can come up with.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story.
I want to come out, obviously low enough the tailgate operates as it should. I want to come straight out, and then I think I want to like angle it a 45 back down and then go in to try and mimic the front bumper shape with the 45-degree angle. I really want to come out far enough on the corner to give myself a position to do a like swing out style tire carrier for in the future possibly. For now, I want to make sure I'm accommodating for that. I'm not going to build that right now, but I want to make sure to accommodate for it because I think that's probably something that is going to be in the future for this truck. So yeah. Oh, and I need a 2-inch receiver hitch for pull point as well as, bike racks or utility racks or something like that. So I got a couple of requirements. This is the pile of metal I got. I've got some, I think that's like 3/16, some quarter, some remnants of 3/16 by 1.5 or I'm sorry, 3/16 thick, 1.5 by 3-inch rectangular tubing left over from the slider stuff. I do have a receiver hitch chunk, and then this angle iron that I just got. So from my buddy Chris. So we're gonna see if we can make this happen. At the bare minimum, I need to get the receiver hitch welded on. So I have a pull point, and I want to get brackets done on both sides and some sort of the top plate at the bare minimum. But I really think that I got enough time to get a whole back bumper built before my trip to Overland Expo East. So better quit talking and get to working. So I started by notching that little lip almost to the top there so that my angle iron can come through. Now I am measured out the length that I think I need this. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the plasma. We'll cut this to length. We'll hold it up there. And then once I kind of figure out how I'm going to bolt it on, then I will mark my 45 and cut that corner off. So yeah, fun. So you can see the Sharpie marks. I made a couple marks, lined up my piece of paper and marked my holes. And I'm going to transfer them over to my piece of metal here and drill them out. So we've gotten the 2 angle iron pieces mounted up, and now I've marked my 45s, and we are going to cut that off, keep on going. So we got those measured and cut, and now we will figure out what our next step is here. So I think I want to tie these together here, therefore giving my receiver hitch 2 mounting points. So I think that's what's next. So transferred my cardboard template over to the metal, plasma cutter out, part number 1. All right, so a few hours later, and we've got these top plates cut. So I ended up from square here, I cut a 45 off of this corner by measuring 4 inches from the point over and 4 inches from the point back, cut a 45 off. Then at the same time, while this was still whole, I marked from this angle that I arbitrarily came up with, mimicked it, 25 inches from this point to a point over here, and cut and took a little bit of angle off of these outer edges to make it kind of line up with the box side. So it kind of follows the side of the bed as far as it's tapered inward just slightly. Square, it looked like it was coming together like this at the body, and I didn't like that. So I did all those measurements and made the lines and eyeballed it all while this was whole, and then I plasma cut off those pieces and came up with this. But yeah, I am definitely liking how this is coming out, which again, it's kind of hard to see, but definitely liking how this is coming out. So you can kind of see my 45 there. So from this outer edge, this will 45 down. We're probably also going to plate underneath so that if we come down on a rock, we've got some sliding surface here. The side plate will be tilted in just slightly. I'm not going to follow the curvature of the bed. It'll come down kind of square. And then you'll have like a point at the corners. But my main goal is this will leave me some real estate here in the future if I decided that I ever wanted to do a swing out style tire carrier. So that's cool. Also, you can kind of see I've marked the width of the license plate, which is this line. This line is going to be where the plate from the bumper comes in, the vertical line of the bumper on both sides. And then I'm probably just going to drill and tap into that piece of quarter that I used for that back. So for mounting the license plate, yeah, it's coming together. It's a lot of work, but I think the results are going to be very rewarding. All right, so the next pieces are tacked into place. So we got the top plates cut and the secondary downward plates cut, the 45 that's angling inward 45 degrees. And then I've taper cut the ends to try and match that angle that I've got going in towards the plate. And I taper cut the end here just to kind of give it some more dimension as I wrap that corner. So yeah, again, these are just tacked. I'm leaving it open enough that I can get in there and do a little more welding. I don't think it's necessary to solid weld at all, but I'm doing like a solid inch bead with like 2 inches in between and then another inch bead. I think that should be more than adequate for anything that I'd ever get into. It's probably more than most bumpers are welded anyway, except for the outside. Obviously the outside will get welded and I'll grind it and stuff, but pretty excited how this is coming out, actually. I'm really excited. So obviously I got to kind of figure out how I'm bringing all this together to make it kind of look right. But yeah, not too bad. A little bit more cardboard, cutting, making templates. Just keep plugging away here, see what I can come up with. And one by one, we're templating and adding the pieces. And it's amazing how fast it gets rigid. So even at this point right now, which some of this is still hot because I was just tacking it, but even at this point right now, I just, pushing on it, and I can push the whole truck, and it's just tacked together. Nothing's like solid welded yet or anything. It's pretty amazing, really, how all those triangles work and make strength, right? I'm no engineer, but I guess I can make a strong bumper. So far anyway, so far so good. Next up is trying to determine, so I am going to have a 2-inch receiver here. I want to tie a plate in between here. The receiver will go below that to give like a little step surface. So just going to see if I can figure out what that shape looks like. I might kind of bump it out. To me, it kind of mimic the look of the winch plate, plus give you a place to get your foot on. So yeah, all kinds of fun. And it is really coming together. I am super excited with how this is turning out. You can see I kind of cut and formed corners on both sides. Kind of ties right up to that body line. Left a little hanging down just to try and help it kind of mesh with the look of the lower rocker panel there on the bed. My bed is so beat up that the fender flares won't hold themselves on, so I really need to keep the screw on the bottom. So I didn't want to do like the high clearance chop. Thought about it, but then the flare would just be hanging, and I don't know. For now, I'm gonna go with this. If I ever don't like it, ever want to change it, I can always cut this corner out of it and extend it and do that. So, but for now, I think this is gonna be sweet. Definitely fits the bill. You can see how I kind of made that plate. None of this is final welded. Everything's just tacked together right now. I got to go through and final weld everything, but I've got some triangle shaped gussets here. We're gonna put on either side of the hitch on there, kind of gusset that. I'm also going to build a brace. So from the frame rail coming out towards the bottom of the taillight, I don't have any extra bracing here right now, and I can flex this corner pretty decent. So I'm going to build a brace that comes underneath out to the inside corner there, and I think just giving some structure there, if I do like a triangle shaped brace over to that other member, I think that'll add enough rigidity to this outer corner. That should be good. But yeah, super excited. Not bad for, so most of this was a better chunk of 3/16 inch plate metal that I had, that angle iron, and then on some of the higher stress areas, this is the 1/4 inch. That back bar piece, the tie-in piece, is 1/4 inch. But everything else is the 3/16. So yeah, I like it. Now we'll build that little triangulated brace in there. Eventually, maybe I'll try and build something to fill in this area. I'm not a huge fan of the look of that, but it's gonna have to work for now because I'm running out of time. I got to get this buttoned up, get everything welded and braced, and then we got to start packing because we're going to be leaving here shortly for Overland Expo East. And a whole heck of a lot of welding and grinding later, and we got a bumper. I am super duper happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really good. I am, and I'm the only one that I have to please, right? So, yeah. Now, eventually we'll come up with some sort of a filler piece there between the light and the top of my bumper, but I like it. I think it's gonna work well. Should do everything I need it to do. Give it a good wipe down and give it a coat of paint. Did run out of welding wire. I started on that gusset. I didn't get a chance to do the other one. I'll have to get some more welding wire. Get that welded on there, and then I'm gonna drill and tap holes for the license plate. Should probably put lights in there at some point too. I'm guessing that the officers of the law would frown on the lack of license plate light, so we'll do something about it. Yes. All right, so a trip to Tractor Supply this morning, and I picked up the welding wire that I need to finish the job so I can finish doing my little braces. I also picked up these neat little 3/4 inch, they called them a utility light. It was near the trailer lighting section, but I'm gonna use them as license plate lights, so hopefully that'll work. And then the bolt holes for the license plate itself, I tried to drill and tap them, however my tap broke off in there. That was frustrating, had to get that back out, but I ended up just drilling them. I'm able to get to the back side to put a wrench on the nut, so that worked out pretty good. So I just got a couple braces to do, and then I gotta wire up the lights, and this project is done. Once they're painted, it's hard to see them, but got the braces welded in there. Time to do some wiring, and this project will be done for now. Eventually, I think maybe I'll try and build some cover plate for the corner. And like I said, I did build it with the intention I could always do a swing away tire carrier here if I wanted. It is like, yeah, it's pretty rigid. I may add an extra brace if I do decide to do that, just because that's a lot of leverage on that corner. But all in all, I'm super happy with how it turned out. And there we go. Those lights look like they do a good job. Even in the daylight, you can see it's lighting up the license plate well. So I'm not sure if other people behind me are gonna like that, though. That light seems to shine this direction pretty harsh. I guess keep people from tailgating you, huh? I don't know. We'll see if we can figure something out, but I like it. I like it a lot. Thanks for watching. Be sure to do the things, the liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Exciting stuff coming up. Overland Expo East, leaving here in just a couple of days. And can't wait. Should be a good time.